Walmart said that prices are going to go up because of tariffs. Even though the Trump administration did negotiate lower tariffs with China, it's still significant. As the CFO of Walmart told me, 30% is better than 145, but it still increases the price of a car seat by a significant amount.
If you're a young family and you have a baby and you're coming home from a hospital and you need to buy a car seat, that car seat typically costs $350. With a 30% tariff, it's going to be over $100 more now. That's very main. You can apply the same thing to strollers and many other products, which largely retailers import from other countries. And so, and what that does is stress the overall wallet for consumers to where they have less to spend on those other discretionary things. And so they're spending more on the necessities.
When I talked to the CFO, he specifically called out bananas, which is one of the most frequently purchased items in the store. They're 54 cents a pound, up from 50 cents a pound, and that's because of tariffs. They said later this month and then into the early summer is when we're going to see the bulk of the price increases on their shelves. It matters that Walmart talks about price increases because Walmart is the country's largest grocer. It is a place where 90% of Americans shop at least once a year. So it kind of acts as not only sort of a bellwether of what's happening with pricing and consumers, but also is sort of a signal to the rest of retail about the strategy that they're taking. If all the prices go up, Walmart wants to be a little bit less. And so it's a pretty strong signal that prices broadly are going to go up in some cases. Walmart said the most recent quarter was good, but they have, for the last few months, set pretty cautious guidance on their financial metrics for the full year. They stuck with their full year guidance, but notably said they weren't going to set a profit goal for the current quarter because of the uncertainty of tariffs. We are seeing consumers continue to spend, and I think Walmart's earnings are evidence of that. Obviously, Walmart has a low price image. We're seeing customers continue to flock to that, as they have been for years, because we've been living through a high inflationary period. And so I think it's pretty certain that people are going to continue to spend, but look for deals. One thing to keep in mind is that a retailer, especially a large retailer like Walmart, might just not pass along the tariff cost of an individual product. They're going to think about everything on their shelves. So things that aren't really subject to high tariffs might still increase, while the tariffed item could stay relatively stable. They're going to try to be strategic about their competitors and also what they think consumers will tolerate. So Walmart's going to be really cautious of what their price gap on products is with, say, Target or Amazon or the big groceries chains like Kroger, but also Home Depot, Costco. Everyone basically competes with Walmart. I think it'll be interesting. We're going to see earnings reports from some of those retailers next week, and we'll see what they have to say. Something people have been nervous about, investors have been nervous about with retailers, is how will customers respond to those higher prices, and that's still a question mark.